Okay. Hi, I'm Kelly Austin. Thank you for coming for a consult. So in looking at the case and the evidence, so in order for there to be an intentional emotional distress tort, there has to be four elements. First of all, a tort to be found has to be a voluntary act and to result in consequences. And the purpose of the act is for the consequence. So that's number one. So number two is four elements. It's like you got to show intentional and reckless wrongdoing. And what we mean by that is the wrongdoer, intentionally meant to hurt you. So as far as intentional emotional distress, whatever they actions with, they intentionally meant to mentally harm you, and it was reckless. They wanted to do that. That's what they sought out to do. So that's number one. Number two, it has to be outrageous conduct. So now we're answering like it wasn't just bad manners or just making you hurt your feelings or making you irritated. It has to be above what we as society call normal. So in the element of that, was it normal for someone to start stuttering like another person was? No. So that element was met with, as well as intentional and reckless wrongdoing. That was met because the grievances had been filed, and after the first one, that behavior should have never continued, but it kept continuing according to witnesses. And so, of course, it was intentional. It was outrageous conduct that's against society norms. And then now we get to causation, which means because of these intentional acts, it caused you to have severe emotional stress. What that means is because of this, emotional stress occurred. Well, the problem with that is there had been previous incidences, as well as he was already seeking medical attention prior to this lawsuit, prior to even the incidents occurring. Not only that, the wife testified that they had separated, but this all was prior to the incidents. So that element, it's unfortunate, would not be met because it has to be because of this happened. So that's not met. It also has to be severe emotional stress. Now that's where the evidence would have been beneficial that at that time he went to the doctor and got on medication, and had to seek a therapist. But as stated, it was prior to that he was already on medication, already going to the doctor, already had problems within work. Also, there's no evidence to show like the medication was upped or the therapy was upped or that anything basically made him act out of the normal. Because like I said, he had already had these issues in the past. He had already was having erratic behavior in the past. So if these four elements are not made, like I said, then there is no intentional emotional distress tort that we can file. He did definitely, two of them were proven. The other two, we don't have enough evidence to support that. Merlin, before this time, did not have an intentional emotional distress tort. So they used Womack versus Eldridge, which is where I got all my information. Womack versus Eldridge, case number 210, SE 2D 145, 1974. And that's how they basically got the blueprint on what we can do an intentional emotional distress towards. Before then, it was only certain states that even recognized this. So, in conclusion, it wasn't met. It's unfortunate. I don't think anyone likes to be mimicked for disability. It's unfortunate that we could not file for intentional emotional distress. However, there are avenues, as the union stated, that you can the stepping stone. So I would recommend, this is just me, I would recommend, you know, he did that first level, to go to the second level, bring it to the union, and perhaps to be reassigned, because that was one thing that he wanted to do, perhaps be reassigned. I don't think, in what I researched, that this would be a good case for us to take up, if we cannot prove all four. Thank you. Have a nice day.